college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Boise State Broncos, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff.
They're just trying to establish the run. There's not much there, but give credit to that defensive line and those linebackers attacking the line of scrimmage to negate any chance at all.
Second down play coming up. They'll try the left side with a toss. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line.
You know, toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, play's going to blow up.
In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Using his legs on the scramble. Breaks loose at the 45. And they finally make the stop, but that's a huge gain in the scramble. He found some space and just went for it.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
And now the handoff. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And the runner brought down, but looks like there's a flag on the field. Let's see what this is about. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? Now it's second down here. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And he's going to float this one to the right side. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the second half.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line for a 3rd and 4. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. And that game will pick up a first down and move the football to the 36.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get them to 3rd down. They load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back and coming up with that conversion.
This Missouri offense is moving quickly down the field. And then first down, right back to the running game. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable 3rd down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
Second down after that previous play. They'll run it here. Powering through. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm. Everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Looking to throw it from the red zone. The pocket breaking down. Short throw to the sideline, forced out after just a short gain.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Here comes a handoff. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Boy, great job by this defense on this second down run. Just stonewalled them at the line of scrimmage. Now they get a chance to really pressure the quarterback here, try to get off the field.
Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? From the shotgun, handoff inside. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on third down, almost pick up the first down. What it does, though, is it gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this of picking up that first down.
So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. Trying for a fourth down completion. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. After a short return, he's tackled at the 18. What an enormous takeaway by this defense.
Boy, a costly mistake here by the quarterback. Forces that ball into coverage, and the defense comes up with the interception. Hate to see the game start off like this for this offense.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. The Broncos come to the line in the hurry up. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Throws it to the right. Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. How about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And he pulls in the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. And the Broncos will line up on 1st and 10. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
Well, not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
We'll try to run it with the option. He'll toss it to the back. He'll be stopped for a loss on the play. The defense all over the option that time. The Broncos will come to the line looking to convert on 4th down. This one falls incomplete on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a first down, and he drops it.
And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Oh, my gosh, they almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. But a quick stop by the defense. Gain just 2, so it's 3rd and 8.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The quarterback's got it on the option. The back's got it on the pitch. Brought down quickly after the pitch. The defense reading that option very well. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
The offense couldn't convert on 4th down the last time in this situation. Let's see if they can this time. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Tries the right with a quick throw. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback in this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
Almost makes a terrible freshman mistake. Lucky that it's incomplete.
Well, you can see what happens when you try to squeeze it into a tight window. An incompletion is probably the best result you could have hoped for because an interception is the most likely outcome anytime you throw into double coverage.
Looking for his big tight end. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Chris, I don't know, man. I think he gets across the middle. He starts thinking about those linebackers and safeties. Got a little bit nervous, lost his concentration, and drops the ball.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. They'll test the right side here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the Broncos will line up to punt it away. See if he can make something happen with the return. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. Here comes the Missouri offense back out onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
It's a jet sweep. Receiver trying to turn the corner.
Boy, he was so close to getting to the outside and coming up with some huge yards. But, hey, let's give credit to the defense. This receiver is really fast. They were very, very fortunate not to give up a big play.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And there's the handoff. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and there's just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football when everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long, and here, how about the first half? This back is having a big day.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge 4th down stop. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He escapes the sack. Running out of time in the pocket. Looking to scramble now. Breaks loose at the 40. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
So second down after the incompletion. It's an option look. Oh, the ball comes loose.
That's a great play by the defender who forced the fumble, but let's also recognize the heads-up play from the guy who recovered it. They're in the right place at just the right time.
So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. Last time the defense got a big fourth down stop. Let's see what the offense can do this time. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a second down and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. Tackle made after just a short gain. The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Breaking tackles. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down now. The ball near midfield. No punting team. The offense is going for it. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch, and the offense will keep this drive going. Looks like Missouri will have the first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but is beyond the sticks for the first down.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. They'll run it here. The fullback gets the carry. He shreds the tackle. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Let's face it, we all want a team full of guys that can just make big plays and get first downs and touchdowns. But you know what? You got to have a big man. You can just turn it to him and hand him the ball, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Gets some space around the 30. Tackle made after a big gain.
The old toss play, Chris, as you know, this used to be really a popular play in college football when teams ran this out of the I formation. Now in college football, you see them running out of pretty much any formation. But the key still is being able to seal the edge, whether it's your tight end or your offensive tackle, to allow the back to get to the corner.
They're going to run the option. Pitch play to the back. They've got him behind the line. The option fools no one.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute warning. Ninth play of the drive coming up. This is a tough 3rd and long. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Intercepted in the end zone. Can he take it all the way? He's at the 50.
Wow, what a play by this defense to come up with the interception and a big return. They almost take it to the house, but you got to give the quarterback some credit. Yeah, he threw a pick, but he didn't give up on the play and hang his head. Instead, he makes the tackle to prevent the defense from scoring.
That's the spin move. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4.
Well, that's what you love to see from an offense. The offensive line and the running back in sync, working together, and it pays off. What a big gain. Thought he might be close to being able to take it all the way to the end zone, but the defense just brings him down there inside the 5.
Launching one to the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete. He flat out dropped what would have been a touchdown. 2nd down coming up now.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Riley. They've got him down behind the line. They lose yardage on that completion. The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on 3rd and goal. They're going to run it here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. And the kick is good. Offense settles for 3 on the drive. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0. So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. Backed up this close to their end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the 2nd half. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter.
Boy, great recognition here by the quarterback, recognizing zone defense. Initially didn't have anybody open, but I love he's able to show that he's got enough athletic ability to get outside of the pocket and be able to make that nice throw for a big first down.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Showcasing the shiftiness on that play, the defense finally brings him down. The offense spends their final timeout of the half here to talk strategy. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least a field goal. They've got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Final 10 seconds of the half, it'll be first down. He'll hand it off. The junior able to bring him down quickly. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. The shotgun running play call. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. This one will be fair caught. And the Boise State offense is back out on the field. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Escapes the sack. He's moving out of the pocket. Breaks loose at the 40. They bring him down, but not before a huge gain. Moves the ball to the 40-yard line.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself. Picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
First down here for this offense. They'll run the option. Pitch to the back. What a move, breaking ankles and still going. Finally brought down, but the option produces a big gain that time. That's great execution.
But here's the first play to start this second half, and it's really more the same of what we saw in the first half. Really no need to make drastic changes. What you were doing in that first half gave you the lead. Just keep working on it.
On first and 10, looking to throw. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these past couple plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, and puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
And the runner brought down after just a short gain. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Looking to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Defense is coming after him. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he's in. Touchdown, Boise State.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to move this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. A quick juke. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Well, I thought he might shake free there. He's able to break 1 tackle, but give credit to the secondary. Good job of coming up in run support.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Oh, a reverse. Tackled way behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 7 yards.
The defense there showed incredible discipline on the backside contain, and that reverse wasn't going anywhere. Just textbook.
Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
I really thought that this matchup between this quarterback and his receivers going up against this defense in the national title would have been must-see TV. But, man, this defense, they have won that battle the entire game.
It's a deep throw down the right sideline. Deep shot caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Missouri. It was a foot race, and he won it.
This is what having an accurate quarterback is so important. 4th down, critical situation. He puts that ball right on his receiver. What I love to see is he not only picks up that 1st down, but he's got the speed and the awareness to take it to the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point is good. They trail by 3 now, 10-7. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. It's a squib kick picked up by one of the blockers on the return team. Coverage team brings down the returner. And here comes the Boise State offense back out on the field. In that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. And it's incomplete, even on a 1st down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
2nd down after the incompletion. He'll hand it off. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
It's caught downfield. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Most defensive coordinators focus a lot of their energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. They give up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, and they're in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And the same runner's got it again. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. The Broncos hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving him more speed on the field in that 3rd down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. And now it's 4th down and long.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. We'll see if he can make a play on this return. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. Ball handed off. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Another positive game by this back. I tell you, between the offensive line sustaining blocks and this back's vision and ability to explode into that 2nd level of this defense, this guy is having a monster day in the biggest stage of all in the national championship.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. Running back grabs it on a screen. And he's brought down. Good job by the defense getting through the blockers, but we stopped short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. And looking to throw now on first down. Missed his receiver. It's incomplete.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Quarterback keeps the football. He's brought down out at the 46.
Man, every single time this guy runs the option, you're kind of like holding your breath, wondering if he's going to break a tackle or get out into the open field and use his speed. He picks up some yards here, but let's see if this defense can keep putting pressure on him and not letting him get out into the open.
Finds his target, and it's complete. And he's tackled just short of that first down marker. Good job by the defense.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
Finds his man, has the first down. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the...
And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Chris, this one's on the quarterback, in my opinion. He's got to have a better feel and a presence in the pocket to be able to either check it down or get rid of the ball. You just can't take the sack.
Second and long for this offense after the sack. Here's the option play. He'll pitch it. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
9th play of the drive coming up. This is a tough 3rd and long. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. On 4th down, a short toss to the running back.
Chris, the timing of this screen pass just seemed to be off. The defense almost waiting for the ball to be thrown. He had nowhere to go by the time he caught it.
Coach elects to try for 3 points and sends out the field goal unit. And it's a fake. It's flipped back to the kicker. He's looking to throw the ball. And the pass is incomplete. That's a fake field goal fail. So the gamble does not pay off. They might regret passing up the 3 points. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They're going to run it. Defense stops him short of the first down marker, and that'll do it in the 3rd quarter of play. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Riley. They bring him down to the 38, but that's good enough for first down.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
He's running out of time here. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
Ooh, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
Only gets a couple of yards there. It'll bring up fourth down. And the Broncos will have to kick this away. Oh, and he's got some space here. And the returner will be brought down. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When a quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Incompletion sets up a second down. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That was a nice juke, but not much room to run. He's brought down for a short gain.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a third and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long. But when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things. And it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Goes to his right side there for the completion. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Oh, my gosh. The defense does their job. That ball is thrown short of the first down. They've got to rally to the ball and not let him have that kind of effort to pick up a first down.
Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. On the toss play, runner moving left. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Important second down play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Here's a screen pass to the running back. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
So it's 3rd and short from the opponent's 28. Let's see what the play call is here. They're already in field goal range, but thinking about the end zone. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Makes a quick catch. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. The tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength.
Another big gain by this wide receiver. This guy has had a great year all season long. You knew coming into the national championship he'd have a shot to make a lot of big plays. But give credit to the offensive coordinator, moving him around, allowing him to find space to do work.
Toss it to the back, running left. Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Tigers. They jump in front here in the 4th.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the fourth quarter, to give them the lead.
PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Returner decides to fair catch this. And the Boise State offense is back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? Quick throw, testing the middle. And he's got his man open downfield. They've got him at the 48, but that's a first down. The Broncos hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
Nice play action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
The drive stays alive with that first down completion. From the gun, he looks for an open man.
Defense cut.
And that football is out. A potentially game-changing play, but who's got it? No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. With the sack on first down, it's second down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman. Here we are late in a close game. Crucial play coming up, 3rd and long. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Downfield shot, falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down.
Looking to make a play deep downfield. And the pass is incomplete. A crucial misfire here late in the game. The ball will turn over on downs.
Oh, so close to executing here on the 4th down play in the 4th quarter. You're really down a possession. Now you got to rely on your defense to come up with a stop and get your offense back onto the field.
Handoff as they try to work the clock here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, not the only thing that went right for the offense there, Chris, is they kept the ball in bounds to try to keep that clock moving. The defense does their job. They're just trying to think of any way at all to get that ball out and get the ball back to their offense to have a shot here.
Here's the 2nd down play. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. The offense facing a tough conversion here. 3rd and long from the 42. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. And it's intercepted, a crushing play. Not much on the return where they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
Boy, I got to question the play call right here. Give the defense credit. They get the interception. They put themselves in a spot to maybe tie this game. But what was the offensive coordinator thinking with the lead, taking a chance, and it backfires?
And here comes the Boise State offense back out on the field. First down, looking to throw the ball. Looking to make a big play downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
So quickly, all the way up to the 36 in his first down. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Big play in enemy territory all the way to the 41-yard line.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for that first down.
Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Second down play coming up for this offense. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. And here comes a deep shot. Oh, that one's picked off. Going the other way. Can they stop him? And that's a solid return after the interception.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, you're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing them the game.
Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. So it's still a one-possession game. The offense would love to work the clock here, but they can't take their foot off the gas. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second down after that run on the previous play. Gives it to the back. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. That's it. It's official. We have our national champions. For the last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk, national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Missouri Tigers.